And welcome to Conspiracy Beerists. This episode is part 2 of our conversation we had about the documentary Out of Shadows. We had such a heated discussion and we kind of got off topic a little bit, like we tend to do here on this podcast, that we split it up into 2 podcasts. So here is part number 2 of our discussion of Out of Shadows and everything else.
That's what I'm saying, Dan. This is going to be the craziest time in our life ever.
Well, it already is the craziest time of our life with COVID-19 and everything.
Exactly. They're using this as a something that's never happened before, so they can go do shit that they've never been able to do before. And he's already the chairman of the Fed, the Federal Reserve, which is fucking Looney Tunes, because they're gonna go to the
Wait. Who's the chairman of the Fed?
Trump.
No, he's not. He can't be. The Fed chairman cannot be anybody in office.
Well, then he's the chairman of the central bank. I don't know, one of those two.
Anyways, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, sure. You can bite your fucking foot if
No, they kept talking about in the documentary Out of Shadows that they kept desensitizing the youth to death in like Disney movies and stuff, and they made the mention of how in Disney cartoons there was always a death and it was always the parent.
Yeah.
And that's the way they desensitize and program kids to accept it.
like Bambi, right?
Yeah. And I kind of take issue with that because it goes way past movie making. It's been in storytelling even as far back as the Bible goes, because the biggest thing that creates drama is death and destruction.
So that, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just, that was
Right.
the point they were making of what the CIA was doing in Hollywood, was using them to desensitize everybody to death, or to brainwash them, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Well, okay, we can go to like Disney nowadays. Okay, like say how about 15 years ago? Say 2000. We'll go to Disney. Like Hannah Montana, or even Britney Spears and was in it. Justin Timberlake was in it. The Disney. Yeah. I mean, he made out, but she's a little fucking fruity. And now they got Miley Cyrus. She's a fucking joke. Right? You know what I mean?
I mean, if your dad had that kind of mullet, you'd grow up to be a nutbag too. Or maybe you did. I don't know.
I'll give one gave all. But yeah, she's a mess. Like you got all these little kids that are worshiping this girl Hannah Montana, and then all of a sudden she grows up to be a little dirty whore, and that's just like what Britney did.
Yeah,
like Britney was the main one. Like they're like, yeah, this works.
Yeah, like you wouldn't give them both a spin.
I think for one thing, my Cyrus was like my nephew. But
well,
Brittany back in the day, yeah, for sure. One more time. Whatever.
Well, our old buddy Ron had that CD.
No surprise.
Yeah, so that was always...
Yeah.
He always got picked on for that, and of course, I'll kick your ass.
It was just for the cover. Yeah, bouncy CD in it, actually. Do that dance. Do that dance.
And hey,
holy shit.
We're doing exactly what they claim that the CIA and Hollywood is doing to society. They're kind of giving them the curveball. They're programming them.
Exactly.
Do you,
like he says on that show? He's like, tell a vision, like they're telling us a vision, and then you turn it on and there's channels like fucking witchcraft channels, and then there's what is on that channel? Programming.
See, I found that a bit of a stretch because it's not tell-vision, it's tele. It's one word.
Well, Dan, it's just the way it's said.
I mean, when have you ever said, I'm going to turn on the tele-vision?
Nobody says anything like that anymore. They're like fucking boob tube or fucking TV.
Boobies.
Lazy fuck.
Or if they're like me, they're just lazy and turn everything on and off with their phone.
Yeah, clap.
I never had to clap her, thank you. Might have had the clap, but never the...
Yeah, I know you had to clap, you fucking dirty. Well, I fucking worse I lived with you for a little while.
So, what do you think about the basic structure of that documentary? Do you believe everything in it?
I believe a lot of it. I've been studying kind of this shit for a while. Not really studying, but like looking into it. Research is key when you're looking at this stuff because nobody ever tells you. The mainstream media is way off. They're on their team. And if you look, there's actually all these Democrats, no offense to the Democrats, but this is what they fucking got. They're related or married or whatever to people in the media, like big dogs, like Cuomo from fucking New York, right?
Right.
His brother's CNN. He's in CNN. There's those other people that it's like hidden, but that's how it goes. And that's what these Bilderberg groups do. They get together with the fucking media and they talk about their agenda and what they got to do, and it's just fucked. It's like, why are they so mad at fucking Trump?
Why?
There's no reason. He's doing a hell of a job, I think. No offense to anybody.
Well,
you think he's doing it right?
No, I don't think he's doing a hell of a job, but that's...
You know what? Because you're watching the wrong fucking shit. You're getting brainwashed just like everybody else. I'm not kidding, dude.
Well, here's the thing. You talked about the Democrats and the news networks, but Rupert Murdoch's a Republican, and he owns Fox until...
I'm not a Republican or a fucking Democrat. I just hear that.
But my point is, it's not just Democrat side; it's both sides doing it.
Yeah, they're politicians, right? Or Rupert Murdoch owns Fox, is that what you said?
Well, he did, but they sold it now to Disney, so...
So weird.
There you go.
Yeah. But this is what's been told to me. A bunch of generals came up to Trump. They needed a guy that could fund his presidency. He could do it. So they get him. He loves this country, I guess, right? He's fucking almost 80 years old, whatever. He wants to take care of his country. So he's doing everything he can. And all these motherfuckers are coming after him like crazy because he's going against their agenda that's been going on for fucking years and years. They're trying to fucking destroy this country. And man, I've never been in politics ever. I could care less of them. And I just hate the hypocrisy that they give because they're against him on certain things and for Obama or something like that. And Obama's fucking trash. He never did anything. He was a fucking from Kenya.
Well, he's not from Kenya. His father is, but that's whatever. That is what it is.
We're gonna end up wrestling one of these fucking days.
Yeah, you'll win. I'm not a Democrat or Republican either. I've voted for both sides of the aisle.
Well, Trump was gonna be a Democrat.
Trump was a Democrat back in the 90s.
Right, but couldn't because of the fucking dirty slut.
Well, I don't think either side is clean as fuck, as you would put it.
No.
I mean, here's the thing that I always argue with people that give me the economy BS, and they did this with Clinton, and I did it with Bush, and I'll do it with Trump now. It has nothing to do with the president. The economy is always cyclical. It goes up and down. And if you look at it historically, it's always been that. So that's never...
It's rigged. It's fucking rigged.
Yeah, it might be 6 guys in a luxury cave in Barbados running the banking system that's running the economy, but it's not a Democrat or Republican or the president for that matter.
Yeah. But they do have... say we're the best country in the fucking world, supposedly.
Says who? Says us?
Yeah. Don't you think?
Depends on what you go. I mean, if you want to get down to brass tacks, we owe an awful, well, we did until all this happened, but we owed a big chunk of money from taking loans out to China.
No, we owe them motherfuckers so much money, but this is the thing. We get fucking meat from them. We get fucking medicine from them motherfuckers. Now he's trying to quit. And the thing is, oh my God, dude, this could go like 3 parts. In that Wuhan laboratory, they make adrenochrome, which is one of the main things too. Because they don't care. They do all types of murders and shit over there.
So let me ask you, do you think we don't have labs that create and study and look into stuff like that in America too?
Well, yeah, I'm sure we do. But they're probably way above top secret. And I think that Fauci guy, little crooked little elf, he's got like a patent on one of these vaccines. And the vaccine's supposed to glow or something to make sure that you are vaccinated for this fucking flu. And whether or not you can work or go to school, or it's the mark of the beast almost. And that fucking Bill Gates, his father was the head of Planned Parenthood, which is a bunch of fucking ritualistic baby killers.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you say that, but I just
all right. You got a couple rubbers from their fucking basket.
Got more than a couple.
Yeah. Right. Well, and a fucking back rub next door or something.
So bottom line is you sound like you're doing exactly what the Bilderbergs want you to do. They want you to get fired up about something insignificant while they sit back and they make all the decisions and rules.
Well, it's over now, Dan.
I don't think it's over. I mean, if it was over, we wouldn't be going back to work, well, we're already at work, but everyone else wouldn't be going back to work in 2 weeks.
They're probably not. They're trying not to do it. The Democrats in the House want nothing to do with us being out. They want a mail-in fucking, what is it called? God damn it. The vote. A mail-in vote. So they can screw it.
See, that whole thing's getting twisted around. I'm sorry. I have to take issue with you on that one because The reason
You should say so.
the reason for the whole mail-in vote has nothing to do with screwing people. It was a measure put in place in case COVID was still like this during election time, so we could still have.
Right, but COVID's not like that. And I just seen a video where the president of Tanzania. Have you heard this?
No.
He COVID tested a goat and a fruit, which is a pawpaw from fucking Tanzania. Have you ever heard of a pawpaw?
I have not.
It's a fucking fruit. Probably a Democrat. But they both tested fucking positive for fucking COVID.
Well, they've had animals that have tested positive. Why couldn't fruit have it too? It's technically a living.
Well, the goat, right? Goat did. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't buy it.
You say you're not very political, but yet you keep panning on Democrats. You should be panning on all of them.
I would, but fucking Lindsey Graham's a little crooked here and there. He wants Bill Gates to fucking take control of, I don't know if it's the World Health Organization or if he wants to take control of vaccines. That little Fauci motherfucker, he's a crooked bastard. There's more.
Okay, who isn't crooked?
Trump.
Yeah, he is.
And Pence is crooked too.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean Trump used to be crooked.
Trump you can't tell me for 1 second that Trump didn't get to where he's at without being a little bit crooked.
Yeah, but you remember have you ever heard of NESARA yet?
No.
Oh dear God. This is a fucking 5-part fucking series, Dan. We might be Netflix next to Tiger King after this. NESARA was a law passed in 2000 to where, I know this is a fantasy land, but everybody gets their bills paid, their debts paid off because of the crooked acts of the banks. Well,
I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, and then they're supposed to do it like 120 days before the election. So people are thinking that it's coming to where because he made a bill back, Trump made a bill back where anybody against human rights or human, I can't remember what it was, something like that. Human rights where all their ownings
belongings
are held. Yeah, belongings are held, and then whatever they do with them. And a lot of people are thinking that Tom Hanks is fucked. He's already dead. People are thinking. I don't think that. And then the Pope, obviously, I'm sure he's got some funds. There's a shit ton of money out there, supposedly, after the FBI or whoever busts these people. The FBI's crooked too. After we bust all these people, we take the money and pay off everybody's debt in America and pay off national debt. And there's also a revalue coming. And Iraqi money, called Iraqi dinar, is supposed to revalue. They were supposed to do it after like fucking 2002, but nobody's done it. But Iraq owes us a shit ton of money.
Right.
So if this ends up going to a gold standard, which they want it to do, because it used to be a gold standard, the dollar used to be backed by gold, but now it's backed by fucking oil, I guess, or something. But it's just a piece of paper now. I mean, to the gold standard, Iraq has a shit ton of gold. And then the Iraqi dinar is going to go up. So I purchased a little bit of that. And this cryptocurrency XRP is supposed to go up too, and I've heard just a little bit of that.
You had mentioned that before we went on the air, so that's a good thing to sort of bring it all back around. Do you think cryptocurrency is going to be the wave of the future?
Well, they got to have a certain. See, you know how they're having trouble with actually feeding people their stimulus checks or their unemployment?
Right.
The XRP is supposed to be like way quicker. And then, but man, I hope it works. I mean, I don't know if it's going to work or whatever, but they want a one world currency, obviously. And then they want to crash the dollar, and it's looking like it's not doing too well. So it's, I don't know, it's fucking nuts.
So do you think, I know we sort of brushed on the whole COVID thing last time. Do you think this is something, in your opinion, do you think COVID was something that was released to put all this in motion?
I think somebody released it. I don't know who did. But yeah, fuck, I don't know.
All right. Well, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Just do your research. Look up Nesara. It's Nesara. Look up fucking Pedogate.
Look up the gate that is pizzaed.
Just wake up, people. Wake the fuck up. This is what they want to do. This is what they need people to do, is to wake up before all this shit blows up, because they don't want any people freaking out thinking, oh, he's going after the Democrats, you know.
What I have an idea for the next podcast that came up during this conversation.
Our next one will be in fucking July.
It doesn't have to be in July. It can be whenever we want it to be.
All right.
But you have made mention a few times about certain groups or people being crooked. So maybe we should come up with a list of, I'll do 5, you do 5, of who you think the 5 most.
So I'll do 5 real ones and you do the fake ones.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Just joking. Yeah, whatever.
The 5 most crooked organizations that you think are.
Okay, I'll do fucking 5 right now.
I mean, save it for the next podcast, but.
Okay, yeah.
Do your research, as you like to say.
FBI, CIA, fucking CFR.
Do you say NPR or CFR?
Yeah, sure, NPR.
See, I'm not just this liberal Democrat guy. I think NPR is a piece of crap too. So there you have it.
Yeah.
I think NPR is just as crooked as Fox News is for conservatives. So there you have it. That's coming from a guy that's about as far down the middle as you can possibly get.
I think you're talking shit.
Well, speaking of corporations that own the world, this podcast will now be available on iTunes as well. So.
Oh, really? Because someone was asking about that. That's Apple, right?
Yep.
All right, sweet.
It should be available within the next week or so. I got to go through the approval portion.
Right. I heard that takes forever.
And I don't know what's happened with YouTube, but they've updated their policy, and we'll see if this one gets put on there.
Right, because they're blocking some shit for sure.
But we'll find out. Anyways, fun conversation as always was. I look forward to the next time we chat.
This might be one of our best. We got more of this shit for sure.
And we'll definitely be back again.
All right.
And we hope you enjoyed this podcast, this discussion about Out of Shadows and a whole lot of side topics. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share with us about this topic or topics that we discussed, let us know on our Facebook page at Conspiracy Beerists. And until next time, remember, the truth is out there. You just have to know where to look.
WLLP Spock Rock Radio.